Can I interest any of you guys to give me a checkup?
I'm getting hard in a different way.
Oh, those are cold fingers, Dink.
No, you can't use your tongue.
Oh, wait.
I wanted to make the joke when you said that during Sabbath. Oh, it's been hard in a different way. And then you went on right because you're talking about music. And I was like, we're just going to not say anything.
We're just going to let that slide.
Right, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, right, it's like hard. I'm hard in a different way. And then everyone's like silent. So I was like, yeah, everyone's forgotten that he said that.
Wait, who said that?
Joe said it. He's
Yeah, I said, yeah.
It was so like the flow of their songs. It was like hard in a different way, and
Hard in a different way.
Oh no! I gotta say something.
He's not stopping. I can't say it. He's not stopping. I can't say it.
Hold on. He's vibrating.
I wrote it down because I didn't want to. Forget it.
This camera becomes like an old Star Trek episode.
You got to get that in, and then I was like, oh, it's old news now.
His camera becomes like an old Star Trek episode. It's like this. It's like,
oh, you're never gonna get hard again.
That's it. That's tattoo. Hard in a different way.
Hard in a different way, right? Just right
across my chest.
Walking right on. Hard in a different way.
Hard in a different way.
So, people who are just coming across this show, our monthly show for the first time, are like, what the fuck is going on?
What are you guys talking about? I thought it was about music.
We don't know either.
Yeah.
What are you guys listening to?
That's a great transition. What have you guys been listening to?
So what do you guys listen to?
Just a hard stop.
Do you like jazz?
So I heard you like jazz.
I've mostly been listening to Anne Murray.
Right.
And Black Sabbath.
The last episode, she was in the quicksand. And all I could picture was just my mind's like, we're talking about Sabbath. I'm like, pull Anne out of the fucking quicksand, grab her by the
somebody grab her, throw her a big vine. That's what you always do. You throw a giant vine, right?
Fucking snowbird herself.
That was funny in the Bryan Adams episode. Chris was talking about trying to find a semblance of someone who was equal to Bryan Adams. He goes, I don't know, fucking Anne Murray.
Right.
And you guys are probably like, Michael J. Fox?
Oh my God, I was choking on beer.
That's too funny.
All right. Well, as far as listening to anything, I really haven't done a lot of listening outside of our podcast.
Your weekly homework.
Wow. And this is good. This will be coming out in November, right?
Yeah, November. This is November.
Well, the end of November, right?
Yep.
All right. So I guess a sneak peek. We have a Black Sabbath coming on, and I spent 3 days in the work van listening to over 70 Black Sabbath songs. So homework, you guys, you don't realize doing these lists. Some lists are really, really easy. And some of them are a little harder with a larger catalog to kind of, go through. And Black Sabbath, it wasn't a slog, excuse me, but it was a lot of fucking songs that covered three decades, 30 years of music.
There might have been some down years.
Yeah, and there have been down years. We were talking about that. So that's the most of what I've been listening to. I really haven't had a lot of free time outside of my Sabbath listening.
Well,
I got you. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Dink and I were talking right before we started, and we think we maybe have been listening to some of the same stuff. So I've been using this thing on Spotify where if they're a band you follow is going to have an album release, you can have it automatically download to your playlist when it does. So that's what I did when I was going away this weekend, and I'm pretty sure Dink was listening to the same band. Finger 11.
Finger 11, yeah.
Yeah, so Finger 11 released a new album last week, and I've listened to 5 songs. The first 4 I think are really good. 2 I think are really, really good. And number 2, Blue Sky Mystery, features Filter.
Filter, right?
Oh, interesting.
But the Adrenaline, and I forget Adrenaline, and which was the other one that was released already, Ding?
Last Night on Earth. Is that that's the album name, right? Is that the title track?
That's
maybe
the name of the album, yeah. But Adrenaline already has over 1 million plays, and that's the that's the number. That's the lead single on it.
Right. I like The Mountain. The Mountain is another track on there. I think it's a fucking great song.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah, you're right. Those 3 songs came out late last year. And
Cold Concrete is really good. Lock Me Up is really good.
Now, do you guys? We've probably talked about this before. I know you know who they are. Do you like Finger Eleven?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're good.
Check out their album; it's really good.
Yeah, and that was Paralyzer. You were singing that.
Yeah.
That is more radio friendly than some of their other stuff. Earlier stuff.
Drag You Down.
Drag You Down. First time, a little
Probably
heavier,
my
right?
favorite.
Oh, I love Drag You Down. Oh,
yeah.
Reminds me of you actually. And you drive around your car. You're
I remember.
Sebring.
Pulling up to your house, and I was playing that song, and you and Ian were in the garage, and Ian goes, "I remember I'm coming in," and you go, "We knew you were here because you heard the fucking Finger 11 playing when you pulled up to the house."
Yeah, it's so good, right? I'm glad you guys know who they are, but you are close. I wonder how big they are the deeper you go into your country. I don't know.
Paralyzer was a pretty big song here.
Yeah, it
Was
was.
it?
Yeah.
Nice.
You never know how big, unless it's like somebody like Bryan Adams or Celine Dion or something like that. You never know how big some of these bands actually make it in the States, right?
Right.
Even with Triumph, I don't know if people know them or not.
Oh, yeah, I love
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he's a phenomenal singer, and he does these just amazing guitar lines while he's singing these great high register falsetto voices.
Oh,
And
Rick
that
Emmett.
drummer's got some really cool chops.
Yeah, I fucking love Triumph. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I've said it before. I know you guys think it's blasphemy, but it's not a choice in this country. But sometimes they get pinned against each other. But I like Triumph more than I like Rush.
Yeah.
And I think it's Geddy's voice versus Rick's or Gil's voice. The drummer sings a bunch of their songs too, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, Geddy's voice is very
Unique.
particular. So
unique,
yeah,
right? And sometimes it can be
Polarizing.
a touch grading. I totally respect those guys. I love a lot of their stuff, but any songs I don't like, it's probably from his voice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's not usually the music itself because it's always usually good, right?
Oh, yeah.
the demographic for Rush is almost all male. There's
Right.
not too many females out there like, oh, I love Geddy Lee's voice.
Yeah.
I remember reading
In fact, I've never heard of girls.
an interview with Les Claypool when he said they were into Rush in high school, and he goes, "We didn't get girls because we were into Rush."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a chick
I mean,
member.
growing up, Rush was not even, I mean, it was musicians, but it was also the geeks, the nerdy, they loved
The
Rush.
guys that are running corporations and software companies now.
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones that are,
that's
the ones that
what
are
I
paying
remember.
my paycheck now.
Yeah.
That being said, you're asking what I've been listening to a lot lately. For some reason, I've been listening to a lot of Rush. I don't know
That
why.
was a nice, easy segue. Like, fuck.
No, I have been, and it's random stuff too. I've been listening to full albums. I've been trying. I guess a few. I think it was a few queued ups ago. I've been trying to listen to full albums again, right? Not
Yeah.
singles, or just playlists because it's so easy to listen to a playlist and put it on shuffle and you hear every song you want to hear. But that being said, for some reason, I don't know why, and you brought this up before we started recording this, Jimmy, that I've listened to a lot of Limp Bizkit, man. A lot of Limp Bizkit.
Because of their new song, like got you.
I mean,
going
that's a funny, good song. You know, what is it called?
with his death.
Something about Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen, like making out with Morgan Wallen or something like that. What's it called? I have it right here. It's no, that's not it.
Making out.
Yeah, it's called Making Love to Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
Was it making love?
Yeah. But you know, I think I talked about in the driving episode. We had an episode about driving songs that Joe likes to drive fast. I do, and I live in the suburbs of Minneapolis, but enough out where there's not a lot of people sometimes on my road. So sometimes I can go, you know, see how fast I can get 100 miles an hour. Don't tell my wife, honey, if you see this, I'm lying.
I think she knows already.
Yeah, she knows. I mean, she is my insurance agent. No, but but I will say this. I thought about this. I told Gina because she's like, "Oh, you're listening to Limp Bizkit?" Because you're getting back in cars playing what you were listening to last time. And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm dumb because there's a lot of good fucking driving songs, man. My dumb ass fucking forgot about, man. And I've always loved them because they border on the, I don't want to say comical,
absurd.
I mean, just they don't take it doesn't seem like they obviously are very good musicians. They're very good at what they do, but it doesn't seem like they take themselves too seriously, right?
Right.
Yeah. That being said, every time, especially the first couple albums, it'll be like in a song like Rearrange, which I fucking love.
That's my favorite.
And then he sticks in, yeah. I was like, dude, no, you don't put in yeah there. You just don't.
But it's perfect, right? That's
that's the problem.
Right.
It's
and you have that dope ass bass line. Doom.
Oh,
doom,
so good. So fucking
John
good.
Otto comes in.
Yeah.
Again, another band I think musicians do respect. I don't think the average person realize how fucking good musicians those guys are.
Oh, John Otto is fucking top notch.
All of them are, man.
Yeah, and
we
recently
together,
lost
right?
the bass
We saw them
player.
in concert together.
Yeah, Sam Rivers, rest in peace. Yep. Yeah, we saw him in concert twice.
Yeah. I've never seen them. If they come back here again, which they haven't come to Minneapolis in a long fucking time. If they come here, I'll see them.
I think they'd be fucking almost better now because they've like.
Well, I was so in that whole aspect. I work from home, so a lot of times I watch more YouTube than anything else. A lot of times, and then also I started watching a bunch of their their live stuff they did this year. I'm like, these guys are still fucking tight as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see some of the crowds when they were over in Brazil and stuff? They were
yeah. So fucking good.
And what's the age in that crowd? Is it us?
It's all across the board, man. No, it's younger kids. It's more younger than older. Yeah.
I've noticed in a lot of especially in Europe, they're showing the shots of their shows in Dublin. Not just I was just there, but in Scotland and England, and they're like a lot of kids are going to these shows, and it's like 90s mosh pits again, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not like they're there because they're at a festival. They're singing the fucking songs.
Yeah, they know the music.
Yeah. They know the fucking music.
That's good.
They're not going to see them as openers or part of other bands. They're going there to see them specifically.
To see them. Yeah, that's cool too.
Well, I mean, the current tour, Loserville. I mean, you got Corey Feldman in there, and with the whole TikTok and the reels and all that stuff. That is drawing people in.
Yeah,
and Limp Bizkit is just fucking killing it with that.
But I also think too, and this is kind of and this goes back to watching that Woodstock '99 documentary we talked about before. I think it was another Peter we talked about it. They were so good in that, and they were. I mean, let's face it, were they responsible for what they did? No, I think people are ultimately responsible for their own actions. I don't give a shit what fucking people are doing or saying.
I mean, the promoters were ultimately responsible.
Exactly, yes, for the entire thing. But I don't think Metallica or Limp Bizkit were responsible for anything that happened there. But this being said, I think after my renewed love for the band, Fred Durst is kind of an unappreciated frontman.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
And
I think he had a chip in his shoulder when he was younger.
Which you should at that age. No offense, it gives you the drive.
But a lot of people like called him an asshole or whatever.
He probably was.
So I don't think he got the recognition he deserved. Right.
Well, it's that whole comical factor where some other musicians or music fans thought they were gimmicky. The whole genre was kind of gimmicky.
Right.
Rap, rock, rap, metal. What the fuck is this? Like, I know some friends that are like pop, R&B, funk, soul fans. Fucking hate that shit, right? They don't ever want you to put on anything hard, especially hard that's not even singing. I'm like, well, it's an acquired taste. You gotta like it. Right? I get it.
Yeah.
It's not the Commodores, but it's still fucking good. It's just different. You know what I mean? Like.
And this again goes to my previous shows before. I talked about my love for Anthrax and Public Enemy, and then you got those two bands merging together. My love for Faith No More,
like that,
and dabble a little bit in those genres, right? But it was really Limp Bizkit who kind of said, "Fuck it, we're going all in," right? And they did. And yes, Fred was probably a complete prick when he was older. So was a younger. So was I. I mean, I've
So
talked
was
about
everybody, right?
It's a good thing I never became famous. But that's probably also too what gave them the courage to do what they did. To say, "Fuck it, we're going to do what we want to do.
We're going to do what we want to do." Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Limp Bizkit was kind of the perfect storm because at that point, the angst generation was really taking shape, and people were sick of mainstays and sick of the norm. And Limp Bizkit comes out and said, "Hey, let's break some shit."
Yeah,
and everyone said, "Fuck yeah!" And then Bro Nation started drinking really heavily, and next thing you know, that happens.
Well, it's like you said about the Woodstock thing, right? You can't blame them. You blame the promoters for putting that lineup together. What did you fucking think was going to happen? At least
they fucking knew it was going to happen. Probably not to that extreme, but they knew shit was going to happen.
Can't blame a tiger for being a tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like sooner or later,
there's a reason why. When I worked at a bar in up north, that they weren't allowed to play Rage Against the Machine. They weren't allowed to play Limp Bizkit at certain times of the night
because people are gonna fucking lose it, and it starts out positive, but it always ends up with something stupid.
Right. And then you put 100,000 volatile people with 4 porta potties and no drinking.
Yeah, they're drinking shit.
And they're there for the music, and you play that music, and it's fucking good, and that's what they
they're frustrated, and they're hot,
fucking already fucking hot, and fuck.
And you do it, and what really killed their momentum was when Wes Borland left the band. I mean,
no, it absolutely did.
Wes is really I think the real creative genius behind that band. I love seeing him now because Wes still gets dressed up, right?
Yeah.
And Fred Durst looks like your fucking grandpa. He straight up looks like your grandpa.
Cowboy hillbilly now.
What's it?
It's kind of a cowboy hillbilly now.
I mean, yeah, but when I saw him on all the shows they were playing this year, he was dressed up in like wind pants and shit, like 1980s,
yeah.
But yeah, he's got this big ass beard and he just looks like your fucking grandpa. It's like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. Meanwhile, you got still Wes Borland all dressed up in his shit. I love it, man.
Part, right?
It's ludicrous. It's fun. It's fucking good music. And like I said, they're underappreciated for what they did and what they have done and what they're doing right now. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I wanted to bring up a band that I saw when I was so lucky enough that my wife took me on a trip to Dublin, and I saw a band performing on the street. We actually heard them and walked towards them because they sounded so good.
Wow.
And they are called Key West, and they have an Instagram, Key West Official. And I was looking for a comparison for them, so I have reverted to AI. So it says Key West is an Irish pop rock band whose sound can be compared to contemporary acts. Picture This or Dermot Kennedy, who I do not know.
Oh, I know.
It says their style of music is also described as a blend of pop, folk, rock with elements of stadium rock.
That's cool. And they were on the street?
Check them out.
They were on the street. I was going to say the buskering in Dublin was top notch. The music I was hearing was unbelievable. These guys stood out. They've been a band since 2010. And so I went into their Spotify and they have 133,000 monthly listeners but a couple of the songs, one song has 2.6 million streams. Another 3.6 million streams, and they have tour dates around all Europe, and it says to be announced for America and Canada.
Wow.
And I just
saw them on the street is unbelievable, really.
Right. So that's what I thought. So, Dink, you'll get a kick out of this. When I go onto their Instagram, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to follow them on Instagram. And when you link on Instagram, anybody you follow, it'll show that they're following them already. Well, I started following Erica M years ago, who used to be a VJ on Much Music here in Canada.
Yeah, you talked about her before, yeah.
Yeah. She follows them already.
Nice. So we talked about how she was so good about finding young new acts.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, anyways, I've listened to like I did with Finger 11. I've only listened to 3 or 4 of their songs. I've talked about it before. I love the Ireland and UK sound of those bands. I seem to like the way Dink goes to Australian bands for some reason.
Yep.
So I really like them, what I've heard. But I suggest if you get a chance, they're just really good. And the fact that they were just out there playing on the street,
that's really cool.
Blew me away. And even we were walking, I said to Christy, I go, that sounds really good. She goes, that does sound really good. And so we only got to hear about a song and a half because we were on our way somewhere. But I wanted to bring that band up because
I just followed them. So
were they playing in town? They decided to busk between shows or something, or
that's how they started, and that's what they keep doing. They actually
that's
That's
awesome.
I did open a little bit of their like Wikipedia and stuff, and they used to busk it at Galloway, and then they moved to Dublin. They started as a 2-piece; they're now a 4-piece. When we saw them, they were just two guys.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've been active since 2010. They do a lot of touring, and they still do a lot of busking. And I like
That's
I
cool
said,
as
the music I was hearing coming from pubs and streets, like I knew
Yeah.
Dublin was a music city, but I didn't realize how much they celebrated their more current stuff. Like you couldn't walk by a pub without hearing Dolores or like the Cranberries or hearing Sinead or hearing, something
Awesome.
it was unbelievable. Like just on that alone, I want to go back and just.
And I don't know about you guys in Canada, but the one thing we really don't hear doing the States since COVID is we just don't go out and just hang out.
yeah.
We just really don't. So that's one thing I forgot about that we did. It sounds dumb. I'm sorry if this sounds dumb, but when we went to Dublin as well, my wife and I went there last year. Like Wednesday night, the fucking pub is packed, and everyone's just talking to everybody. Like I'm talking to guys. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but we're just talking
to unbelievable people too, like friendly, and they just some of them just come in, have a beer or even half a pint, and they leave. Right? You just see them, right? But you're right. Everywhere you go, and like I listened to more live music in 3 days in Dublin than I think I've listened to in 2 years here.
Oh, that's cool.
Really cool.
And that's why I really want to go back and explore other cities and villages. I know it's going to be the same. And like I said, there wasn't a bad. I might have not known all the songs because they would do some like classic Irish,
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that,
right? But it was the musicianship was all top tier.
That's cool.
Nobody was bad.
That's really cool.
And it makes me want to go live there so I can go there whenever I want to hear that. And it's go to any pub. You go to one pub, have 2 drinks, go to another pub, have 2 drinks, and you hear like 2 or 3 different people perform, and it's just phenomenal.
I will say this: if you're an alcoholic, don't go there. All the stores close at 5. Literally everything closes at 5.
It's funny you say that because they are really pushing the Guinness 0.0 there. Everywhere we went,
I saw that. Yeah.
Guinness 0.0, right? Like I'm sure they get pressure from the government. Like
I'm sure.
And Christy did try it, and she said, because when we went to the tour, you can sample it. Christy tried it before, and she said it is really good.
Oh, we didn't even
try it. Want the buzz from the Guinness as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, and the beer does taste better there. It just does.
It does.
The musical experience and just going, we would even like, well, let's just stop here and have a drink, and then we'll go get dinner at another pub. And then we did that all the time, or go get a snack at another pub and have another drink, right?
Right.
And just music all times of day.
Did you guys walk everywhere too?
Everywhere.
Because we did too. Yeah, it's the best way because
it's built around a river, so it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
And the furthest we walked was from our place to the Guinness storehouse, and it was a 20-25 minute walk.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. And it was like maybe just a little bit incline going there.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, incline, I'm out.
But like the main
20 minutes
around Dublin Castle, and then there's the Irish Rock and Roll Museum, and then there's like I was showing you guys pictures the Rock and Stroll, where there's like Chris de Burgh was performed here when he left Trinity College, and just that's all over the city, right? On top of the other historical stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the music was unbelievable, and I can't wait to go back to experience it again.
That's cool. Really good
and
stuff.
the Instagram is Key West Official is the Instagram, but check that band out. I think some of you guys.
Yeah,
they're big. Unlike that band I saw in Vegas, the Sugar, those girls.
Oh yeah.
They were good, but they don't have that kind of following. Holy fuck!
And these were they were on the street with like guitar, keyboard, the 2 of them that day.
That's awesome.
On a Saturday.
That's cool.
That's when somebody hasn't taken themselves too seriously, and they're remembering where they came from.
No
matter what. That's awesome. And they probably just like doing it as well. So,
right.
They were probably performing somewhere that night, and this is what they're doing in the afternoon to like fucking.
there was
I didn't grab it because I didn't see it at first. But when we were walking away, like you said, we're on our way somewhere. Christy said there was a thing back there. You could a QR code where you could download their album for free. One of their albums for free.
Oh, that's cool.
That's great.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we've talked about before, music is no longer the commodity anymore, you know. It's either the experience, it's the merch, you know, it's no longer really the music.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
weird.
so true. Yeah.
The accoutrement.
I am listening to, minus all the stuff for the shows. Kings of Leon have a new EP out.
I saw that.
Oh, do they really? I didn't know that.
It's only a 4-songer, and the one song is To Space, and I think it's just classic Kings of Leon sound. It's the kind of a throwback to 08 when they had their big album with their big songs.
On Fire and whatnot.
Yeah, Use Somebody. Yeah, but they just, like, I like his voice. I can't remember his name. I didn't write it down. But I like their sound, right? So I was like, oh, and it was kind of on the same list when I found, Finger 11's got a new one coming out. Those lists on Spotify are helpful because if your mind is somewhere else and you're not keeping track, like we talked about before and on the regular show and on these queued ups, like how the fuck did we keep track back in the day? Right. Now there's just so much. But those lists are great because I was like, because I wasn't actively following Kings of Leon to know they had new material. I was like, this is good. I'll check this out. I'm like, this is really good.
I am now.
Like I said, that song To Space, I think, is a really good song. And I don't know if that 4-track EP is a one-off release or if it's going to, like Finger 11, turn into a full album.
Right.
Because when Finger 11 released those songs last year, I never heard they were coming out with a full album. I'm like, why do bands do this? I get it.
Big Wreck did it too, though. They did
I think it's streaming. I think they do it way more than they used to before. They would release songs before the full album.
Yeah, Mammoth did the same thing. It was like a song every 3 weeks or something like that. And there's a video for every song.
Releases, right?
Yeah.
I think they're trying to, since the physical sales are really going to be coming from the diehards, right? So it's like, I really think they're trying to keep because it's like the Netflix effect, right? You have an entire series drop, people, they
binge it in a day or two.
Binge the whole thing in a freaking day, and then no one talks about it 2 weeks later.
Right. And it's annoying actually as the binger, because then you're like, fucking year and a half later, the next season comes out, and you're like, they better have a recap. I can't even fucking remember what happened.
Exactly. And
because I watched the first day it dropped.
Dude, I have to have a recap weekly. If it's a weekly show, I need a fucking recap.
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
But I think that's why they're doing it now, is because you're prolonging the life of the music now, because you're releasing 4 songs in 2 months, and after that the album drops, and then you at least get like 3 months or so out of the album.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, keeping it relevant.
Yeah.
Well, you said Mammoth. Has anyone heard the whole album?
Yeah, I've listened. Yeah, it's by far and away his best album.
Okay.
Is it?
Because there's songs were pretty fucking stellar.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff in there. His first 2 albums, but you can tell a lot of it was kind of like you had said before. I sent you the one song. You're like, this reminds me of Nickelback. I was like, I think maybe the guitar sound. But I got where you're coming from though. There's a couple songs, and there's 2 songs I can tell you right now, straight up sounds like Foo Fighters.
Wow.
There's a couple songs. There's one song sounds Alice in Chains. I think his guitar playing is. I think he's becoming himself now. Not that he wasn't himself before, but I think he's more comfortable doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's, again, we've talked about this before. I mean, him getting you hate to say somebody get the short straw in life, but his dad's Eddie Van Halen, and that works with him and works against him, right? Because people go, you wouldn't be where you are if your dad wasn't where he was. And then
you can't win for losing.
Yeah. And people want to play Van Halen stuff. He doesn't want to play Van Halen stuff. And it's like, oh, fuck.
Well, of course you are, because you're his son.
If it wasn't good, no one would be listening to him.
Right.
And this is by far and away his best album. I think so.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it out. The last couple times I've been to the record store, I've been looking for it, but I haven't had the luck of getting it.
Yeah,
I think I've asked
you. This thing dropped like 2 weeks ago. So
2 weeks it's been out, right?
Yeah.
I think I asked this before, Jimmy. When you go, do you scroll through both new and used?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you prefer new, but the pricing of the used is the pricing of the used, because they're probably at record shops versus buying them online off a dude. they're all in pretty good condition, I would think. Versus you might
Well,
get
you have to take
$5 or
the time to look.
$6. It's pretty beat up. Like you gotta
Well,
look
$5
at
or
it.
$6, that means it's scratched to shit.
Yeah. It's
But
not
to answer your question, I always look at brand new albums first. And then if I can't find a couple albums that I like or nothing that I, like, okay, I've seen this so many times, I'm not going to get this. I'll go to the used. I'll look for something that's older, that's, that isn't going to have a new release.
Right. And are those prices, I guess it depends shop to shop, but are those prices for the used obviously much better than the new?
no, it really depends.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Sometimes they're astronomical, yeah.
Like, I guess
it
with
really-
the collectors.
It really depends on one, the shop, and two, the rarity of it. Like,
A lot of things are out of print.
yeah, I was looking. I haven't done a lot of vinyl shopping. I mean, I did, last week I got that Saigon Kick album, but some of the shops, if it really comes down to what's available for them to buy used. So a lot of the stuff I'm looking for, it's hard to find. I mean, a lot of those album owners are going to keep those albums.
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, I can find, 10,000 copies of Zeppelin 4.
Right.
But, if you can find, say, Coverdale Page, you're not going to find that used.
No.
Right.
You got to hope for a re-release or somebody, to put something out there.
Right. No, understandable.
And-
We see it in Marketplace on Facebook. Like so many people selling vinyl.
Yeah.
I don't collect anymore, right? So sometimes I click on and hope they have a list, or that I don't have to contact them, or they have a video where they scroll through. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And see if there's
yeah,
anything.
I follow I think 10 or 11 different record shops across the country, just so I can watch them go, finger through their
Go through.
what they just got. I'm like, oh, I have that. Oh, I want that. Oh God, I wish I was anywhere near Poughkeepsie right now.
Right.
I did a really cool thing. I think I might have talked about it in a pre-show before, but I buy particular vinyl, and there's a process of a new well, not a new process, but a process that's getting more popular now. People are more buying. It's called the one step, and it literally is a one step process where they press the vinyl, and they only use that dye so many times, and once they do, they get rid of it and put in a new dye. So it's a lot more expensive because you're using more dyes. So your average new album for a one step will start at like $75 and go up from there.
Right.
So I bought the Purple Rain version of One Step that just came out a couple months ago, and I took an OG pressing, a really good OG pressing from '84. I took the remastered version, and I took this One Step version. Well, guess what? The OG sounded fine, but it was from 1984. It sounded like it was from 1984.
Right.
Remastered didn't sound as good as remastered digital versions. I mean, they sound good, but sometimes it sounded too bassy sometimes.
Mhm.
And I'm just not a fan of that the mix. Don't get me wrong. But anyhow, the one step, I was very skeptical. I paid $100 for this fucking thing, and I was very skeptical. And I played the same songs at the same spot every time. All three albums. I would play one song
genuinely know the real
and then
difference.
judge that, and then take another song, play in the same spot, all three at the same time. And the one step blew my fucking mind. It was
Really?
night and fucking day, where I was like, wow. I mean, this is, you're paying a premium for it, but good God, the sonic ability of it sounded better than anything I've heard in the remastered versions at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's good based on what you pay, because that would suck if it was the reverse, right? And the one step was the worst one, and
yeah, no shit. Well, not only that, but you're also really dependent upon the producing and the remastering of the album, right? And Bernie Grunson, or what's his name, Grumman? He's like known as the master of remastering. But Bernie Grundman, that's the thing. Oh, good God, I gotta get this right. Anyhow, he did the production for the album. I'm not, like I said, I wasn't big on the Purple Rain remix, but this one step, dude, I was really so. If you can find a one step on an album you really fucking love,
it's
I'd
worth
give it a go if you can find it for a good price too, especially,
Well, also on that note, I stay away from mass pressings because the die, they'll use it 500 times. By the 500th press, the die is already degraded, and then they'll change dies and they'll bring it in and they'll do 500 more. So like you go to Target, for example, depends on which number that die has been used on. So if 1 through 150 are immaculate, but you start getting to that 500th pressing, there's skips, there's static, there's noise. Right. So any of the mass pressings I try to stay away from. Brand new.
Brand new.
That's actually a good point, because that is true. Oh, so I guess what I'm saying is, if you can find a one step and it actually lives up to the hype if it's done correctly, because I was blown away. So I really bought it because I'm a collector. I'm like, oh, okay, at least I have another package, the 14th version I have of that album, right? But it sounded really good, so.
Right. Well, we own 5 different versions of that album, so.
Rookies.
Yeah.
You can pick your one step up with your 11 finger.
Yeah, that note.
On that note, I thought we'd close it out and bring it right back to finger 11.
And that's the end.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Edited and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.